Welcome back to the Toy Cave. I recently went to a local auction. There were a few items there I was interested in. I mainly wanted these Masters of the Universe slippers. They're a really small child size with He-Man's big plastic head on the end. Like, He-Man's head was about half the size of the slippers. But unfortunately, I lost out on those items. But I did get a few other good things, so this is just going to be a quick haul video. So let's check out what I got. The first item I won at the auction is this Space 1999 Eagle 1 spaceship. This is from the Space 1999 show from the mid-70s. I believe this spaceship was made by Mattel in 1976. It's about 3 3/4 inch scale. It's very cool. When I first got it, it was absolutely filthy. Like, the bottom of the cockpit was like covered in wax and it was just filthy dirty, but I cleaned it up pretty nice. It's in pretty good shape. It's missing a lot of pieces, mainly these side panels and this winch that goes in the middle, one of the chairs. But it's got all 4 of the windows on the top. 2 of the boosters. It's missing 2 of the cones right here. On the bottom, though, we have all of the landing gear and the cones. So it still displays pretty well. I'll be trying to find other pieces for it, but I ended up getting this at the auction for only $7.50. And this is a pretty rare vehicle, so that was an absolute steal. I really like the design of this vehicle. I've been playing Starfield, and this really reminds me of some of the ships you can build in Starfield, especially this cockpit area. And these kind of look like some of the storage containers you can add to your ship. One of the cool play features for this ship are that the cockpit and the boosters come off, and then you can actually snap them together and just make like a little flying craft and leave the rest of the station behind. The cockpit opens up and you can fit 2 figures in there. I got some Star Wars figures in there because they're about the same scale. Even though this predates Star Wars, Mattel was using this scale for this playset back in 1976. But Star Wars figures fit, and I don't have the figures that came with this ship. So that's what I'm going to be using for. So the figures that came with this ship are kind of rudimentary. They have very little points of articulation. They have unpainted heads, so they're not that exciting, so I'm really not going to seek them out. But like I said, it works well with Star Wars figures, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Captain Power, pretty much any 3 3/4 inch scale figure you can have. You could even have it be attacked by an alien xenomorph. The next items I won at the auction was a lot of vintage metal lunchboxes. The ET one here is the one I mainly wanted. It's got a lot of damage on this front cover part, but other than that, it's in really good shape. So with the lunchboxes, you could display them either way, so I'll just display it with this nice side on here. It's got some good artwork on all the other sides. Here we got a little Drew Barrymore with ET hiding in the stuffed animals. This giraffe looks really ticked off that ET's in there. We got ET making his communication device on the top. Got the kids and ET on the side. On the bottom, we have Drew Barrymore kissing ET goodbye. Elliot and ET touching fingers. And, of course, the iconic bicycle ride across the moon. It also came with the thermos, which has a bunch of floating heads of the children, and the bike going across the moon. The lot also had this Annie lunchbox from the early 80s Annie movie. This is in really good shape on all sides. Got Annie dancing here. Kind of some troubling artwork on the sides. We got Annie having a stern talking to here or something. Annie having a chat in front of a helicopter. Over here we got some people tearing her arms off. And on the top we just have some poor children at the orphanage. Not a lunchbox I'm particularly interested in. I actually see this one all the time at flea markets, so it must have been either very popular or nobody wants it. And it also came with the thermos as well. The third lunchbox in the lot was Rose Petal Place. This was a toy line uh, from 1984. It was made by Kenner. This was pretty much their follow-up to Strawberry Shortcake. So instead of desserts like Strawberry Shortcake smelled like, these smelled like flowers. So you had different dolls. So this girl probably smelled like a rose. You had some little animal characters. And on the side, we can see a bunch of other artwork of the characters and animals. And this is the villain of the toy line. Some more characters. On this side, we have a flower car and a teapot, which were toys that were available. This toy line never really caught on like Strawberry Shortcake did. So I really didn't even know about it, and I had to look up this lunchbox to figure out what it was, but it turns out it was made by Kenner. The last lunchbox that came in this lot was this Raggedy Ann and Andy. I never liked Raggedy Ann and Andy. I don't like clowns. They look like clowns. This lunchbox is from 1973. It's very rusty, not in good shape. I mean, it displays okay, but you know, you can't pick all the items in your lot, and sometimes you get ones like this that you really don't care about. I think they're kind of creepy, and if I recall correctly, the original Annabelle, the real-life Annabelle doll, was a Raggedy Ann doll, and that makes it even creepier. So that's all I got at the auction. Just a quick collection update for you. I'm really pleased with the Space 1999 Eagle I got here. It's just such a cool ship, and I'm glad I got it. I'll have to make room behind me here for the rest of my new lunchboxes. So that's it. Hit the like button if you like this video, and subscribe for more toy content. And we'll see you next time in the Toy Cave.